Hey guys, so in a lot of my videos, I always kind of pause for a second, show you guys how to quickly make a material, and then keep going. When that's really not what that video is for. I shouldn't be really teaching you to do it in that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a video right now, show you guys how to do what I call my master materials and whatnot, that I use to go through and make a whole bunch of material instances, so that one, it's a little bit more efficient. You're only having to reference one or two master materials, and it's just a cleaner workflow. So in this video, I'll show you guys how to do this. Basically, we just made these two guys with one material, made another master material to make a translucent version, and then I'm gonna color these with what we do in this video. Yeah, let's jump into how to make these. So I'm going to make these in a new folder over here, so that, because this is the video I'm going to be working on today, showing you guys how to do a little bit more time manipulation. But all we got to do in here, I'm going to right click. Actually, I'm going to make a new folder for this so I can just delete the folder later. I'm going to call this master materials, or I could just call it materials, however you want to do it. Right click, get a material. I'm going to call this master underscore M. And we're going to open this guy up. As soon as we get in here, this will be our non-translucent, so our opaque blend mode version, so not see-through. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold 3, and I'm going to get us a constant vector 3. You can also do that by typing in constant and getting constant 3 vector. All right, we're going to plug this in. Now, that's all well and good, but this will only work for one material then. So what we want to do is right click on it and convert to a parameter. We give it a name, in this case color. And then let's give it a nice default color. Yeah, actually let's go with red. Set everything else to 0, 1, or red to all the way to 1. Now, here's a couple of things. This is still kind of nice, but what if we don't want it to be perfectly just weirdness? I don't know how to explain that. What if we want to add a little bit of metallic or a little bit of roughness? Well, what we can do is we can hold S, get ourselves a scalar parameter, name it metallic, and plug that in. So you guys have another way of doing that really fast. You just right click, type in scalar, get a scalar parameter, this one roughness, like that one. Now we can change these on the fly. I'm going to set both of these, their defaults to being, or their maxes to being 1, and I'm actually going to set both of these to being 0.1. This is kind of where I like to start for the default on both of these. It's just my favorite look on this stuff, and it's something I constantly do. Don't really have a reason behind it. I like it. All right, and then what if we want it to be emissive? What if we want to have this color also be all bright and shiny and pretty? You know what I mean? Well, there's going to be some materials that we do want that, some materials that we don't want that. So what we can do is get a bool, static bool parameter right here, and I'm going to call this is emissive. It's 1M emissive. There we go. And then we're going to need something to plug this in, because we can't just plug this, straight into there. And then, if we could, it wouldn't really do anything, right? What we're going to want, though, is a bool. So not a static bool, but a static bool parameter. Wait, no. Sorry. I already did that. We want to switch. The static switch, right? I mean, we could do... I've never actually tried the static switch parameter. Oh, yeah, I guess we could just use that. But no, we're going to use the static switch. So that's what I'm used to using. I'm not going to change it up for the video. This is how I do it. Dang it. Sorry, guys. Static switch. There we go. All right. So basically what this is going to do, we'll go ahead and plug that into the emissive. If this guy is true, so if the value is true, then we will take in something, right? And for that, I really do want to have a multiplier, so I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here. plug in a multiply here, and I'll show you guys why here in a second. And then I'm going to plug in this color. Then I'm going to just going to grab a scalar parameter, copy, paste it in over here. With that selected, I'm going to press F2. I'm going to change this to emissive underscore mult for multiplier. And I'm going to set that default value to 1 and change the slider max to 0, because honestly, you can go as far as you want with this thing. So with that done, this is pretty much the material done at this point. What we can do is I can show you how this works. So if I switch this default value to true, I don't know why it says M now. Let me F2, switch that back to same color. Now we have this emissive color. We can change the value here, the multiplier. Let's say we want it to be decently bright. Let's set this like 20. Now it looks here 50. It looks like the sun almost. You know what I mean? Or we want it to be a little bit less than brightness it was, because here was 1. You guys see that? And then we'll drop this down to like 0.5. You can kind of see it get a little bit dimmer. Not a lot, but you get the idea. So that kind of gives us a lot of playroom whenever we're making these material instances to really flesh out our scenes and our objects and whatnot, right? So for prototyping, this is a beautiful thing. I mean, you also use it, and actually you do use it a lot in your shipped products as well. I use it a lot for prototyping. I remember I am a designer. That's what I do. I prototype more than prototyping. All right. So with that master material, what I can do, and actually really quick, let's go ahead and make the translucent one really fast too, because all we have to do for that is duplicate. And I'm just going to change the name of this, take the 1 off the end, and then after master, I'm going to put an underscore and a T. So master underscore T underscore M. And we don't need the roughness or the metallic anymore. Then we can switch this. Get your blend mode here selected. And, or not blend mode, but the material, something called this thing on the end. And we're going to switch it, the blend mode on it, to translucent. Now, right now, our opacity's going to be full, so 1, right? What we want to do is we want to grab a scalar parameter. So remember, hold S, left click. I'm just going to call this opacity. So with this being 0, you'll see it disappear. Now, I'm going to set the default value to 0.5. So halfway between invisible and completely visible, right? So we can see through that now. Then that is the translucent one done. It's going to take forever to save. That's because I'm recording and it wants to do that to make the video longer. If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, all those good things. All right, we're back. Okay, so now with our master material selected, I'm going to right click on it to create material instance, and let's make a green version of it. So green underscore MI. MI for master or material instance. We can open that up, and you notice this is completely different. We don't have the graph or anything like that, but now we have these checkboxes. What these are basically doing is, if I check roughness really quick, basically saying, hey, I want you to read this amount. Change it to like roughness of 1. Notice it becomes very rough. 0 becomes very shiny. Same thing with metallic. If we come over here and set this to 1, very, very shiny. But, you know, got a little bit of reflection in there now. And maybe when we want to change the color, so we're just going to switch our red to 0 and our green to 1. And there we go. Now we got ourselves a nice color. And the same thing if we want it to be emissive, we can just take that on. In this case, we don't want it, so we'll just leave it. Then we can, well, these are blueprints, so we gotta have it selected, and then I'm gonna select the actual sphere that I'm coloring and go down to the material area here and apply it. And there we go. Got ourselves a nice green ball. there that we're going to use in my time video here in a little bit. Then again, we can make a translucent. Let's make a blue version of this. So we'll call this one blue underscore T underscore MI. Open that up. This one, let's say we want to make it emissive and we want it to be decently bright. So we're going to add some 5 to it. And we want it a little bit more opaque, or a little bit less opaque, I should say. And color, we wanted that to be blue, so we'll just go 1 in the blue, and then a 0 in the red. Let's bump that emissive up a little bit. There we go. Come over here and drop that guy. Oh, let me set the sphere really quick. Pop that guy onto our sphere. I mean, the same thing. We could have been doing this onto the blocks and stuff too. That's what the big thing about emissives, guys. You can notice that the shadow, light, you don't really affect it at all. Kind of does because it's not completely unlit, but you get the idea. Yeah, there you guys go. We can very easily and quickly make all these different colors and utilize them in a really, really quick way. Which honestly, with it being that emissive, the roughness and stuff doesn't really matter. There we go. I just realized, are these all defaulting to emissive? I think they are. Yeah, because the default was on the emissive, so like that one we don't want it to be emissive. There we go. Sorry, I just realized that I was doing that. Yellow, and we're gonna slap it on this last one. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So if you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord. Link will be in the description. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Whoops, I only moved the sphere, not the actual object. There we go. Then we can put that up in the sky and we'll have it nice. Sun up there now. There we go. Look at that. Actually kind of believable. Until you move, and then it's no longer believable. Alright. I will catch you guys in the next video, which will be making a single object slow down. As long as that object has logic that we can slow down. I don't know how to do it with physics. But I'll show you guys what I know, at least. See you guys next time.